Hello everyone and welcome back to Sheff Utd. I hope you all are well and good. Do hit the like and subscribe. Chelsea fan and Arsenal fans today here to do predictions and it's going to be interesting. Some great fixtures. So before we start, how are you, my brother Bhargav?
I'm fantastic, man. I'm fantastic. It's life is good. I mean, you get to watch the Prem. You get to another day, basically.
Absolutely, bro. It's absolute pleasure to have you here again. And it's a great match. We all know the match we're going to talk about. But let's start with the fixture first. And the first fixture is Luton Town, the story of the Premier League versus West Ham United, who have been the story themselves. Could have been top of the league if City did not beat Sheffield. And what a season West Ham are having right now. Sol Declan Rice, Brock Edson Alvarez, James Ward-Prowse, kudos now. I don't know what's really going on, but I think that Brighton win was one of the best I've seen. Counter-attack football at its best. Like, why do we need passes? Just go and score the goal and win the match. And West Ham did the same, but they're going to play Luton. You can't sit back, and I think it's going to be an interesting match. That is why I saw Luton against Chelsea, and I think they have some quality, but just again, they are the lowest spenders in the league, and I think again, it's just a bit too much for them. And I think this match, I feel in front of their home crowd, the first Luton Town in the Premier League, I think the crowd will be massive, and I think Luton will score a goal. But I think Antonio, Bowen, Benrahma, they will find a way, and I think it's going to be Luton Town 1, West Ham 2. Your prediction, brother?
Yeah, I think it's going to be 2-1 West Ham. They're on a roll right now. They have some really good momentum, and then Luton. It's the first time in the new. It's the first time in their stadium. But is it done yet? Actually, last time I checked, I think
because
the stadium
was reconstructed, so it's the first match.
It's the first match, okay. I mean, so they'll be up for it, but I'll say it's going to be a 2-1, and West Ham will find a way to grit it out.
So we both are going with the same prediction in this match. And coming to the next match, for me, one of the most interesting matches this week. I know it's going to be talked about. Sheffield United versus the mighty Everton, and both the teams are primed for relegation. Everton finally scored yesterday against Doncaster Rovers. Still hate they were telecasted in India over Chelsea Wimbledon, but leave that aside. And I think Sheffield United versus Everton, man, bro, they are in massive trouble, Everton and Sheffield United. But I was so proud of seeing Sheffield against Manchester City. They did everything right bar the end. They were very good in that match for me. And I think Everton have just no goals in the team. Calvert-Lewin is still not fit, and I don't know what goes on with that guy. He's such a good player, but he's just not fit. And I think Sheffield United are going to beat Everton. I think it's going to be Sheffield United 2, and it's going to be Everton 0. What's your prediction for the game, bro?
Yeah, Sheffield United, they looked really good. I mean, they have a bunch of fighters in that team. Very gritty, and then they're really well drilled, you can tell. So, but I'm gonna go with 1-0. Didn't think their offense was that great. So they'll probably get. I think it'll probably be. They'll eventually start learning how to score goals, but I think for now, I think I'll go with 1-0 or 1-0.
Absolutely, bro. And I think we both are agreeing that Sheffield is going to win at their home stadium. And that brings me to the treble winners, Manchester City. And I know Bhargav, bro, has a rivalry now with Manchester City because they both are going to fight till the end. And Manchester City, for the first time after a long time, has started the season well. And they're playing well. They're still not like attackingly very good right now in the way they are because of injuries. But defensively, I think this side is one of the best in the league right now. Guardiola, Kyle Walker, everything they've got. And I think Fulham, as much as Fulham got to draw at Arsenal, I still think in that match, Arsenal could have wrapped it up way before they scored. And if an opponent gives you a goal within first 2-3 minutes, then I think it's just a gift. I think City won't do that. And I think at Etihad Stadium, I think City will beat them for me 3-0. What's your prediction for the game, bro?
I'm going to go 2-0 Manchester City. So Fulham's new signings, I don't think are they ready? Are they ready to play this game yet? I know they're going for Iwobi. There's a bunch of... yeah, there's still like I'm gonna go with 2-0. I think there might be and Paulinho might be linked to like Bayern Munich right now. We'll see how we'll have to see what happens with that one. So I'm gonna go 2-0 Man City. That's a big loss.
He goes, I think Fulham are in trouble, massive trouble if he leaves the club at this point.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go 2-0 at the weekend.
Absolutely, bro. And coming on to my fixture now, Chelsea versus the mighty Nottingham Forest. And they are mighty right now for me because they've got Evinoy, one of the best strikers right now in the league. The guy is underplayed right now in the way he's not talked about, but the guy has been like he's consistently scored for 10 games now. Scoring goals has become a habit for this boy, and he's such a nice player. And Nottingham Forest, Chelsea get blamed for stockpiling players. It's Nottingham Forest now, the new Chelsea of the bottom team, stockpiling player after player after player. They've got Callum Hudson-Odoi, and I don't know what they are doing right now, Nottingham Forest. But I think at Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, I think we will have just too much. We are playing very well at Stamford Bridge. I think Sterling, Jackson, they're having a good understanding. I think again Nottingham Forest are just going to sit back and try to wait for the opportunity to pounce. We still struggle for goals in a side, but I think at home we'll find the 3 goals, and I think every you'll find a goal against us, because I think as much as I love Thiago Silva, if we do play high press, I think he's going to score behind us. What's your prediction for the game, bro?
Yeah, I'm going 1-1. So you have 2 counter-attacking sides. Chelsea haven't really learned how to play possession football yet. They're still learning how to how to create goals off having possession. Most of the goals they have is counterattacks. So I think it's going to be end to end. So I'm going to go with 1-1.
Agreed, bro. But hopefully it's not a draw, because I know the fan base will go down in meltdown, and there will be some great guys who will right now go, watch out! I know that in our fan base, and that's the problem with Chelsea fans. And coming on to the next one, that is another interesting fixture, Burnley versus Tottenham. Again, I think Maddison should play this game, not sure on him, but I think Burnley versus Tottenham. I think Burnley, they won against in the Carabao Cup against Nottingham Forest, but I think Burnley right now are also looking very thin in terms of Premier League. And I think Tottenham under Postecoglou, yes, they were knocked out against Carabao Cup against Fulham, but their concentration should be on the league. I never thought they were going to win the Carabao Cup, and I think they're doing very well in the league under this new guy, Postecoglou, really doing well. And I think Tottenham, for me, in this game will just have enough for Burnley. I think it's going to be Burnley 1, and I think it's going to be Tottenham 2. What's your prediction for the game, bro?
2-0 Tottenham. I think Burnley Burnley, although they're kind of like drilled, they're well drilled. So they get taken apart pretty easily, and Spurs love the counterattack. So I'm gonna go 2-0. I hate to say that one, but that team is.
I think that, bro. It's same for me, but Tottenham right now playing some very good stuff, and if they win this match, what a start's been for the season for them. But after the international break, they play Arsenal, and let's really see how that turns out. But coming on to the next one, Brentford versus Bournemouth. Bournemouth have not started the season well. Brentford and Mbeumo are doing really well. They dropped once against Palace, but they've still had a very good start of the season. And I think at home against a Bournemouth team, which is still learning the new manager's style of play, I think Brentford are going to cook them a new one. Really sorry, Bournemouth fans, but I think it's going to be Mbeumo, long balls, corner kicks, and set pieces, and a pin-off on the corner kicks. And I think Brentford are going to put 3 past Bournemouth. I think it's going to be Brentford 3, and it's going to be Bournemouth 0. What's your prediction for the game, bro?
I'm going 2-1 Brentford. Bournemouth can play. I think they'll make it entertaining. They weren't really bad against Spurs for the first half. I mean, they still have to find the clinical edge isn't there yet though. So I'm gonna go 2-1. But against Brentford, I think they'll get like 1 goal.
Agreed, bro, and hopefully they do, because I will love to see a great game. And coming on to the next one, that is Brighton and Newcastle. I think this is one of the best fixtures, spiciest fixture in the league. Brighton got done by West Ham, but I think still people are like dunking on Brighton. What a team they are! What a footballing club! Ansu Fati coming to Brighton. Who would have thought that? But that's how well run they are. And people are laughing, but they can really turn around his career now and get him to the player he was. They still have Mitoma, they still have Solly March. And I think Brighton, we saw what happened when they lost to, I believe, Everton 5-2 or 5-1. And they thrashed Arsenal straight after. De Zerbi is going to be in the air and be angry. And then Newcastle, who have been everyone's favorite, my favorite, but they have really been poor so far in the start of the season. They beat Villa, but they've been very poor. And I think if Botman, for me, I don't think he's going to play in the game. And Dan Burn is going to play centre-back. I don't know how Dan Burn, with such slow pace, can handle Ivan Ferguson or a Danny Welbeck. I think it has a 2-2 written all over it. And I think this could be a very good game. Newcastle sat back, but they will concede 2 goals and they'll score 2 goals as well. What's your prediction for the game, bro?
2-1 Newcastle. I think Newcastle has like the best defense in the league. Yes, they struggled with they struggled more on like the offensive side. But I think they have enough skill in that midfield that against a team like Brighton, they'll stuff out like everything. And then so yeah, and they'll also be looking to rebound from like the Liverpool game. So I'm gonna go the other way on that one. 2-1 Newcastle.
Absolutely agreed, bro. And coming on to the next one, this is another very nice spicy fixture. Crystal Palace versus Wolves. Both the sides right now, I just can't see goals in both the sides right now. Wolves are struggling. They have sold Matheus Nunes to Manchester City and brought a youngster for them. They are struggling for goals right now. And Crystal Palace, they just don't score. They play pretty football, but they just can't score right now. and I think this could be a game which can end 0-0. For me, it's Crystal Palace 0, Wolves 0. I don't know if this season we've had a 0-0, but I think this could be the game that's going to end 0-0. What's your prediction for the game, bro?
So I'm gonna go 2-0 Crystal Palace. Yeah, I'll go with 2-0 Crystal Palace on this one. I think they'll get the better of Wolves on this one for some reason. They're so they were pretty solid against Arsenal. They just missed their creative
The
players.
counter attack when they had Jordan Ayew, Edwards just don't have the goals for me, bro. That's the problem. They played well, but on the counter they were never a threat. When they put the ball in the box, there was no one.
Yeah, Eze and Elise.
Elise is injured, I believe. I don't know when he'll be back.
I think he should be back this weekend.
Hopefully he is but again, the problem is they have the creators, but they don't have someone who can put it in the net. They were linked to, I believe, I can't pronounce his name properly, Etikite, but I think he's not going to come to Crystal Palace. So I think again that could be a problem. Coming on to the next one, oh my goodness, this is a spicy fixture. Liverpool versus Unai Emery's Aston Villa. Oh my goodness, this is a good fixture. Konate is a doubt to play, but he might play. Van Dijk suspended. And then you've got Aston Villa, who have sadly very big injury to Tyrone Mings, so wishing him the best, and he will be out for a long time. But I think this Aston Villa side, they are going to be trouble for Liverpool to handle. They were the one who ended Liverpool's top for hope last season. Unai Emery is going to sit back and try to counter. And one thing, Unai Emery is very smart. He knows Liverpool can score a lot of goals, but he knows that Liverpool midfield can be broken down. They still don't have a natural CDM, and I think that is what he's trying to do. Kamara, Douglas Luiz, and I think Aston Villa will score 2 past Liverpool, but the Anfield crowd will get Liverpool back, and I think it's going to be Liverpool 2, Aston Villa 2 for me. What's your prediction for this great game, bro?
3-2 Aston Villa. I'm gonna go more goals in this one. Yeah, I think I think this one I think I can see Aston Villa like scoring. So Newcastle. So Liverpool played Newcastle last week. Like I said, like the defense I think like slowed down some of the goals that for the majority of the game. And then I think Liverpool has like we'll see if Darwin Núñez starts, etc. And they'll have some goals of their own. So I'm gonna go. I think there's gonna be goals in this one. I think this is gonna be the one that's gonna be like a 5-goal like thriller.
I think it's gonna be a massive game, and this is just like a pre-meal before like the biggest match of the week, Arsenal versus Manchester United. That is one of the most spiciest fixture for me. But I think this is the best time. I think both teams can play each other because for me, United are in injury crisis. Varane, they've got Shaw, Malacia out. What is Erik ten Hag going to do? I think it's going to be Dalot in the left, Van Bissaka at the right, but Saka versus Dalot. I think if I was a United fan, I would be shivering in my pants right now if I was really seeing Saka versus Dalot and Van Bissaka. I think Van Bissaka can handle Martinelli, but Dalot versus Saka will be something interesting. Arteta changing a shape a lot, and a lot of fans are angry right now. United fans are angry with Ten Hag, but I think for me, bro, I think Ten Hag is going to sit back in this game. I think he's trying to do what he did previous time against you. He sat back. He got the 2 goals as well, but in the end, Eddie Nketiah scored the goal, the winner, and he won the game. I think this might help Erik ten Hag. He will sit back, and I think Arsenal will have all the possession. I think United will find the goal on the counter, but I think at the Fortress Emirates Stadium, I think the pressure Arsenal is going to pull them up. I think Arsenal in this match will return to the Arsenal we know, Ben White, Zinchenko, Gabriel, Saliba. They'll be back to the Arsenal we know. They're going to dominate the game, pepper United. And I think because Ten Hag will sit back, Arsenal will score 2. And I think United will score 1. And Arsenal will be back on winning track. Arsenal 2, United 1 for me. What's your prediction for the game, bro, for your own team?
Arsenal going to win 2-1. That's what I'm going to go with. I think there's always some crazy goal in this game that United gets, like Bruno Fernandes, like in the past, like just from the past, like. So I'm gonna say, yeah, it's gonna be 2-1. It's gonna be 2-1. I think it's gonna be like a late, like it's gonna be like a 75-minute plus winner for Arsenal. It's gonna it'll go to the wire. It'll go to the wire.
I think if you score, let's say you're 0-1 down in 80 minutes and you score 2 goals in the last some minutes, I think Emirates is going to bounce and it will be difficult to handle because I think Arsenal need a morale boosting victory in terms of to send that message. I think one draw has already got the whole fans base negative right now, and I think if Kai Havertz, even as a Chelsea fan, will hurt me to say this, but if Kai Havertz score the winner, he will already go down as a hero. For him, as leading Chelsea thing aside as a human being, I think this is the best match for him to do something because when you score in a big game, fans start to love you as a hero. So I think for him, this could be a big game. Thank you so much to my Bhargav brother to be in this chat. We'll do in the end see who has won. 3 points for the correct score, 1 point for the correct result. And let's see who wins. I won the previous one against United fan. Hopefully, I win against Arsenal fan as well. My club might not win against them, but hopefully, I can win against them. Thank you, Bhargav bro. Big up. And it was absolutely enjoyable to have you, bro.